What's up, guys? This is Danny Matranga with Mind Pump TV, and today I kind of want to break apart two of the more commonly used terms amongst PTs, chiros, trainers, and those terms are flexion and extension, right? We talk about hip flexion, hip extension, flexion and extension of the humerus, flexion and extension of the leg, right? What does that really mean? Super simple. If you think of my joint right here, my elbow, as an axis, okay, it goes up and down. If I flex a joint, okay, I make the angle smaller. If I extend a joint, I make the angle bigger. Really simple. So for example, elbow flexion, like a bicep curl. Elbow extension, like a tricep. On the knee, right, if I'm gonna make the angle at the knee bigger, okay, I go into knee extension, work my quad. If I wanna make the angle smaller, do a little hamstring curl, boom, right there. Make the angle smaller. That would be, again, knee flexion. As for stuff like the hip extension, hip flexion, right? When we do like a squat and we bend down and we start to set our hips back, right? We load up our hips, we put them into flexion, the angle gets smaller. When we come up and explode, we put them into extension and that angle opens up again. Like a hip thrust, for example, is hip flexion and extension. It's just on a different plane. So again, those get thrown around all the time and they can be super confusing if you're like, dude, like all of a sudden I was doing the exercise and then he was like abduction, external rotation, and flexion. And I was like, it was so much, right? So I get it. I've been there. I know a lot of lifters have been there. So remember, guys, it's not that complicated. Flexion makes the angle smaller. Extension makes the angle larger, right? If you're doing a squat and you need more hip flexion, you set the hips back more, right? If you're doing a glute bridge and you're really trying to maximize the glute squeeze, somebody might say, I need more hip extension. Those are just cues that we use to better communicate what we want out of each other as coaches telling lifters or lifters telling other lifters or doctors telling patients, because stuff like squeeze harder or move your arm up more doesn't necessarily carry with it the same explanatory depth and weight as I need more elbow flexion. That means something. So I'm super happy you guys know this stuff now. I know it'll make you a better lifter. It definitely made me a better lifter and a better coach. And if you guys like this style of video, let us know. Definitely give us ideas where you want us to go in the future. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to give you guys a lot of content very frequently and interact with you guys as much as possible. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.